My name is Brianne Zimba. The first few years of my life, I had a alcoholic upbringing. I started drinking alcohol and smoking weed and cigarettes at the age of 12. I ran into someone that I didn't know used heroin, and I could tell by their very pinpoint pupils that they were on it, and I was drunk enough at that point to be like, I want some. And I walked quite a distance to get back into this bar from their car, and I just snorted it. And I sat down in my bar stool, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, and fell out of the bar stool, and a woman that was bartending that was very familiar with me knew me well enough to know, and she Narcaned me and called the ambulance, and the ambulance had to Narcan me 3 more times. I was angry at first because a lot of times being Narcaned sends an individual into precipitated withdrawal because it blocks all the opiates. But I was happy that I wasn't dead. 2 or 3 years ago, I was in school. My boyfriend at the time, we had been together for 2 or 3 years at this point, and I went to the bathroom and saw him laying face up, and his lips were blue, and I knew what it was. I had a vial of Narcan, but I couldn't find the syringe for it, and then I was like, oh, I have a box of the nasal Narcan, and the first one didn't work, and then the second one did. Whether you have to administer it to someone once in their life or 100 times in their life, everybody should be trained because everybody's life is worth saving. In Kenosha County, there's a ton of resources. I liked and still like Smart Recovery. I have a recovery coach, which is an extension of behavioral health services. I will have 3 years clean from heroin on December 12th. And I couldn't have done it without some of the resources that are available to me right here in Kenosha.
I took a call. It was right there at 57th Street and 23rd Ave. I went in there. I saw a girl laying on the floor. She could have been maybe under the influence of alcohol or something else. Once EMS got in there and they were able to get them in there, they Narcaned her and she started coming back. I started asking, hey, did she come in with any type of purse, a handbag, anything like that? They said they only came in there with this, and it was a small little, just a small purse. It was a real hot day that day. I had the AC blowing right on my face, and I had my squad door open. I was sitting in my driver's seat, and when I opened it, I don't know what happened, but I felt almost like an odor come into my nose. And I was about here where I opened it, and I'm like, whoa, what was that? And just kind of trying to figure out what just happened there. And then I remember, like, my hands went numb, and then my feet went numb, like almost instantaneously. And I was like, that's not right. Something weird is going on here. So I get out of the car, and I'm trying to, like, almost walk it off, like trying to get some fresh air, just trying to, like, hey, I'll just breathe through this. Well, that feeling kept crawling up my arms and my feet, and then I could feel my chest starting to compress, like it's becoming very hard to breathe now. So I radioed for EMS to come back, and I said what was going on. I was like, I think I'm overdosing right now. By that time, another officer came up, and then he came out there, he administered Narcan, and it worked almost instantaneously. With somebody who's overdosing from opioids, they're motionless. They're completely motionless. They're not breathing. Usually the pulse is very, very faint. Their skin color will start to turn blue. That's usually what keeps people inside of these cycles, is they create habits and they can't get out. And Kenosha County Crisis forces you to get outside of that cycle you've created for yourself.
I never knew life could be this good. It's tough, but it's worth it.